Okay, so ready to dive in. Today, we're taking a look at this. Well, it's not exactly a book, more like a collection of thoughts and advice. It's called Kukken Ta Kukken, which roughly translates to, well, something like placed text.
Yeah, it's a fascinating little collection.
It's all about like navigating life and being okay with yourself, self-acceptance and all that. And I think what we're trying to do today is pull out some, I don't know, like usable bits.
Exactly. Actionable insights.
Right, actionable insights that people listening can actually take away and use to feel a little bit more, I don't know, solid.
Grounded.
Yeah, grounded and self-aware without getting totally overwhelmed.
Yeah, it covers a lot, everything from dealing with emotions to like enjoying the small stuff, even like the importance of not beating yourself up.
Oh yeah, that's huge.
Yeah.
So, right off the bat, there's this one that really struck me. It says, "Better to let others be disappointed than to let yourself fall apart completely." Kind of heavy, huh?
It is, but it's not about, just being selfish. It's about, well, it's about recognizing your own limits.
Now, Dre's right.
Exactly. Like you can't pour from an empty cup, right? If you're constantly putting everyone else first, eventually you burn out. You have nothing left to give.
So it's more about like long-term sustainability.
Exactly. It's about protecting your own well-being so you can actually be there for others in a meaningful way in the long run.
That makes a lot of sense. And then there's this idea about accepting your emotions. It says we all experience a variety of emotions. What's important is to accept these emotions. Why is that? Why is accepting those feelings so important?
Well, think about it. When you try to suppress or ignore an emotion, what happens?
It just gets stronger.
Exactly. It festers. But when you allow yourself to feel it, to acknowledge it without judgment, you can actually learn from it.
Hmm.
What's it trying to tell you?
It's like you're listening to a message instead of just like shooting the messenger, right?
Perfect analogy.
Okay, so this next one, it's a little bit lighter, but I think it's really important. It says, try to find happiness in small things each day. And it even gives some examples like breathing fresh air, hearing birds sing, or seeing flowers. Those things, I mean, they seem so small.
They do, but they're all around us, these tiny moments of joy.
Mhm.
And consciously noticing them, actually taking them in, it can shift your whole perspective.
Feel like a little dose of happiness, right?
Exactly. It helps you build resilience against the harder stuff.
Yeah. Okay, this next one is, I think this is something a lot of people struggle with. It says, accept that change is normal. Be prepared to face change constantly. I mean, change is hard.
It is, but fighting it just makes it harder.
Yeah.
If you can accept that change is just like a part of life, something that's always happening, it becomes less scary.
So it's about becoming more adaptable.
Exactly. Being willing to learn and adjust, to be flexible.
Yeah. Okay, this next piece of advice, I think this is something a lot of us need to hear. It says, being kind to yourself and not criticizing yourself too much will give you confidence. I don't know, that seems kind of counterintuitive, doesn't it? Like, shouldn't you be tough on yourself to improve?
Well, think about it. If you're constantly putting yourself down, how can you ever feel truly confident?
Oh, yeah, it's like you're your own worst enemy.
Exactly. Self-compassion is actually the foundation for real confidence. It allows you to make mistakes, to learn and grow without beating yourself up.
So it's more like being a supportive coach, right?
Yeah, much better than a drill sergeant. And it ties into the next point about accepting your flaws. It says, accept your flaws and acknowledge that these are part of what makes you unique.
Right, because nobody's perfect.
Exactly. And trying to be perfect just sets you up for, well, failure. It's an impossible standard.
So it's more about embracing your individuality.
Exactly. Recognizing your inherent worth, flaws, and all.
Okay, this one really got me thinking. It says, the way to heal loneliness is not merely by surrounding yourself with people, but by understanding your own identity. I mean, isn't being around people the whole point of not being lonely?
Well, it's part of it, but it's not the whole story. Real connection starts with knowing yourself. If you have a strong sense of self, you're less reliant on others for validation.
So you're more comfortable being alone.
And you're more present and engaged when you are with others. It's about interconnection.
That's deep. Okay, so this next one, it's a bit, I don't know, bracing. We must face pain, which is what makes us grow. I don't know about you, but I'd rather avoid pain if I could.
We all would, but pain is inevitable. It's part of life. And often, it's through those difficult experiences that we learn the most.
It's like facing those challenges pushes you to grow.
Exactly. You develop resilience, you learn new skills, you gain a deeper understanding of yourself.
Okay, so maybe pain isn't all bad. This one's a little more hopeful. It says, when one door of happiness closes, another opens waiting for us.
Yeah, I love that one. It's about staying open to new possibilities.
Even when things don't go your way.
Especially then. Setbacks don't mean it's the end. It just means it's time to look for a different door.
That's a good way to look at it. And lastly, appreciate the present moment and live in the present. I feel like that's like classic advice, right?
It is, but it's so important. When you focus on the present, you're not dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. You're just you're just here now.
And that's where life is actually happening, isn't it?
Exactly.
So I guess what we've learned here is that it's all about, well, being kind to yourself, accepting who you are, and being open to whatever life throws at you.
It's about self-awareness, finding joy in the little things, and realizing that change is a constant.
It's a lot to think about. So for everyone listening, I want you to ask yourself, which of these ideas really speaks to you? And what's one small thing you can do today to bring it into your life?
That's your takeaway for today.
That's it for this deep dive. See you next time.